Go Come Back's pidgin English, like in Indonesia, for a return journey. Thematically, it's pretty strong. It's a really simple theme. It's like it's just about going away and coming back. You know, it's like travelling, sort of really. But I sort of threw it over to some punters, and I said, you know, has anyone got any ideas about a title for this? But one guy wrote in, he said that him and his partner had lived in Indonesia for a lot of years, and there was a term that the travel agents there used for a return journey, which is go come back, and they sort of say it as one word, go come back, which I thought it sounded great, you know, taking that a lot of my titles tend to be kind of long and unwieldy. I thought it was nice to have a short one, so Go Come Back pretty much defined it, so it just meant that one side of songs would be songs that sort of took you a long way away, and the other side would be songs that sort of brought you home again. So. I've just been able to build up this cachet of songs over the last 3 or 4 years. So I sort of sat there and I said, well, we could make this album, you know, we could pick these 10 songs and make this album, these 10 songs and make that album. You know, but I kind of threw it up to the band, and there's a couple of people in the band who said, no, we want to hear everything, and we want to hear like all. So I said, all right, well, you know, this could be pretty time consuming, but so like I ended up with like 30 or 40 songs.
So it's $8 and then just go on.
Oh my.
We recorded the album in Roundhead Studios in Auckland, and it's a really great studio. Like, you know, I mean, absolutely pre-made by kind of old world studio standards, by, you know, the way studios used to be, you know. From the moment I contacted Roundhead, Stephen Scram got straight back to me. He said, Mick, I know you're from Melbourne. I've worked with Ben in the Waves. I know Jan Anderson. He goes, this will be a great studio for you. You've got to come. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, you know. So from that moment, that makes it really easy, you know. So they're the factors that really sort of got us across the ditch.
What was it like going to New Zealand and being in that studio?
Obviously incredibly excited about it. Remember like the first day that we were in there, and it's like, oh my God, this place is amazing. Yeah, and like just coffee machine, and like it was next level. I do remember by about like day 3, how used to it I got so quickly. Yeah, okay. I was like, oh, I'm never gonna get used to this. And then by day 3 I was like, oh hey guys, yeah, I'll have a long black.
It's come together, you know. Let me say it's the only time I've written a string session on the morning of performing it, ever, ever. Yeah, I think it's worked out. So it's good to be pushed in these different ways, and you know, I've really enjoyed it. I've really loved playing in this studio, and I've really enjoyed working with Steve. I think he's got a fantastic ear for sound.
That was kind of pretty important to me from the perspective of, I just feel like going away to do things. For that week, everyone in the band, that when you woke up, what you're going to do that day is make a record. You can't discount that, you know, like those years in the weddings, when the weddings, parties, anything, when you woke up in the morning of every single day of your life, you were in that band.
Yeah, that's your one job.
That was the one job you had, and it was that's a great privilege to have gone through that, you know. So again, like with me saying, well, how many more times do you think you'll be in a studio like this? How many more times in your life are you going to find yourself in a position where you're just there to make music? Because, you know, if you love making music, and you know I still do after 40 years, the days that you wake up when you know you're just going to make music, like the days that I wake up and say Brooke and Helsinki are coming down to record, I'm really happy because I just say, well, I'm going to get up, I'm going to have a coffee, I'm going to have something to eat, then they're going to be at the door and I'm going to be setting up stuff and, you know, doing stuff. And you go, and I'm going to do that until the end of the night and I'm going to be really tired and I'm going to come in and watch, you know, 2 episodes of some Scandinavian crime drama and fall asleep, you know? You know, I mean, that's a great day of your life.
Can you just tell me about how the artwork came together?
Sure. Jen Huntley, my partner, my wife, who does pretty much all of our art, she put the whole thing together, but the idea that I had for this one was a bit of a collection of images, and there's a Facebook page called Do You Remember the Old Gold Coast? And it's just pictures from the Gold Coast. It's sort of been the premier holiday spot in Australia for a lot of years. Yeah. So it's a place where people having cameras in their phones, people took photos where they didn't normally take photos. You know? And I quite often go on there and just look at it just to, you know, relax. And this photo appeared on the site, not on the actual site, and it just appeared and then it disappeared. No. I don't know what happened to it, I don't know why it disappeared. So I posted it on there and said, does anyone know? No one knows. So in a sense that kind of makes it even more alluring for me. A friend of my brother's, a woman called Coral Tulloch, who's a children's book illustrator, I guess you call her, right, in Tasmania. And I just said, you know, would you have any interest in doing a hand-drawn map for me? And she said, oh my God, I love hand-drawn maps, you know. Then the last element of the cover really was this little liner notes that a guy called Jock Sarong wrote. He's a really fantastic author. He tends to work out of, I think he lives down Port Fairy Way, down Western Victoria, but his most recent book was called Cherrywood, which was all set around Fitzroy, which is a fantastic book. And I just sort of sent him the record and said, you know, have you got any interest in writing liner notes? And he said, oh my God, this is a dream job for an author, you know, just get to write, you know, my 500 words. And he just wrote this really lovely little piece about journeys and what they mean. And so really it was quite a few little things coming together, you know, and that photo was taken at the studio in Auckland. Basically the day we finished the record. That's the artwork for the album.
In a restaurant, loud and clamorous as the wind blew in from the cold grey bay. We sought the light, we sought